Republican Congressman Schock of Illinois is a Romney supporter, helping him reach out to young voters. Good morning. And certainly student loans is something that young voters are talking about and care about, and that keeping those interest rates low for low and middle income voters is going to, it's going to mean up to $5,000 over a 10-year course of payback on a loan. This is something on which Mitt Romney and the president agree.
Absolutely, and you saw John Boehner speak yesterday. The House Republicans agree as well. I think you're going to see action on that extension this month, and this issue will not be an issue in terms of whether or not interest rates should go up. But, Christina, the interest rates really are one issue. Obviously, what you pay on your student loans is an issue. You don't want that to go up. But the bigger issue is the cost of college education has gone up 25%. Three-quarters of high school graduates now are saying that college education is unaffordable for them. And then the big issue, of course, is once you get your degree, you can't find a job right now. And young people have been hit the hardest in this economy.
You have to pay for it, and that's where Mitt Romney is sort of deviating from the script here that has run the Republican line of thinking, and especially the Tea Party line of thinking for so long, because it's going to cost $6 billion. So you have to find a way to pay for it. It is actually taxpayers subsidizing kids going to college, essentially. It's taxpayers who pay to keep those interest rates low.
Well, it's also taxpayers, I might add, that most public institutions, whether you go to a private institution, you may get a Pell Grant, which is a taxpayer-subsidized form of supporting a post-secondary education, a college degree. All of your public universities receive public taxpayer dollars as well. So, the notion of taxpayers subsidizing education, both in elementary and secondary as well as college, is not new. The issue of subsidizing interest rates is something that the Congress waded into a few years ago. When the Democrats controlled Congress, they passed a bill that now the rates are expiring. And Mitt Romney, President Obama all agree that right now we cannot allow these rates to tick up when these young people are struggling to find work in this economy. Half of the young people that graduated last August are unemployed or underemployed. Half of them still live with their parents, and that's unacceptable.
It's a problem of higher tuition that's rising faster than the cost of anything else. You've got borrowing more money because you're borrowing more money because you can't get out of the house. You don't have a job on the other end, and then you have the government involved in subsidizing the loans.
Let me ask the Congressman this. The free market, Congressman, has done an amazing job of lowering the prices of everything from cars to phones. But as you point out, there's these exceptions. The price of a college education has skyrocketed, along with home prices and health care. And there's no coincidence there. There's a strong correlation to the government subsidizing those products. And then the products' prices rise extraneously. Now, you're here today, though, arguing to us that we should subsidize the price of a college education and at the same time lament that the price is going up.
Yeah. No, I agree with you that you can look at any commodity that the federal government subsidizes does rise at a faster rate than it would in a free market. That said, now is not the time to pull the rug out from underneath young people as they're struggling to find work. I think when you have an upswing in the economy and young people are having no trouble in good-paying jobs when they're getting done with college, that's the time you look to move back to a more free market, competition-based system. But right now, these young people cannot find work, and to basically allow these rates to expire and go up will only exacerbate the problem of these unemployed young people trying to survive.
Two-thirds of the 2010 class has a student loan debt. The debt average is about $25,000. If you can get a job, presumably you can pay for that on the other end. There's a lot of rules, like don't borrow more than you think you're going to earn your first year out. A lot of students borrow more money than they can reasonably pay back, and that's what gets them in trouble. And yesterday there was an Occupy Wall Street movement downtown here in New York that was Occupy Student Debt. Do you know that there are those who are calling for forgiving all of this student debt? It would be a kind of a jubilee. A jubilee. It would be a stimulus for the economy. Just forgive it all. What do you make of that?
Well, as you rightly point out, there is no free money. And so we don't have, the federal government does not have, we're going to struggle to find the $6 billion necessary to pay for an extension of these subsidized rates for student loans. We don't have the money in the Treasury to completely eliminate the debt that students have taken on to get a better way of life. Let's keep in mind, young people don't take on this student debt with the notion that they're not going to get employed or they're not going to find a better way of life. We take risks as young people. We go to college. We work hard. We take on debt. Why? Because we want to get a better paying job and a better way of life. Completely eliminating the debt is not the solution. Getting an economic policy in place to give these kids an opportunity and a job is the right solution.
Congressman Aaron Schock, Republican of Illinois, nice to see you. And I guess a little point I would like to make about student debt on the end of